and their role in helping secure democracy for the Filipino people will finally be told. The documentary Tagaligtas is the story of the unsung heroes who laid down their lives for the country. Here's an inside look.
So Secretary Lunan, you've produced this documentary Tagaligtas together with former President Ramos about the Special Action Forces. What is it that you found so important about the SAF that you felt people need to find out more about them?
SAF was created to serve as a multi-role, multi-mission special unit. In 1986, one of its missions came to the fore. It became a force for good when, together with General Ramos and People Power, they helped regain democracy and freedom. From 1986 to 1989, they served as the country's principal counter-coup force to defend democracy and freedom. Its other missions are quite staple for a special unit. It functioned as an anti-crime unit, as an anti-insurgency unit, and also as an anti-terror unit. The officers and men of SAF were highly picked by Generals Ramos and Generals de Villa. These were men who were trained in foreign schools. They were combat veterans. And from 1986 to the present, they've evolved. But my film focuses on the original batch. The original batch of officers and men that were formed in May 16, 1983. They were the guys that made history. They were the ones that made life easier for the people, made people sleep better at night. But many of their stories were left unsaid because as a special unit, they normally operate behind the scenes. I think the time has come for people to know what they did for the country and for the people.
The warriors and the leaders have led the way. Okay, which means also those who have fought, you know. But now I think there are other sectors that can lead the way. And I like to call it a reimagination of the Filipino.
Actually, tell me about NAMFREL. What made you form NAMFREL? When did you form it, and why did you finally think, yeah, you know, we've got to mobilize?
When we organized it to almost every city and municipality, made up of the private sector, NGOs, and we said, you are the people responsible in your area, so you must band yourself together. At that time, we were saying, you must help your mayor, you must help the governor in order to bring a better quality of life. And election was one very important activity because we wanted to make sure that when the people casted their vote, it was truly their vote. We're waiting for the next election on 2016. That is a very important election, and we want to organize NAMFREL the way it was organized in every city, municipality, every locality. We have enough lead time so that they can even get people there to be very vocal and help us organize. And all what we want, these are the candidates, it's up to you. We like the candidates to announce what is their platform.
Illustrate to me what it really means, the spirit of EDSA, and why this is so important that people know and remember it and keep it alive.
Many of our children really, they don't have that kind of feeling. I think it's important for them and for the parents to be able to influence them to be proud of the Filipino. And the moment you're proud of the Filipino, I, as a Filipino, what can I do? And we must do that in public schools and in Catholic schools and non-Catholic schools to arouse the faith in the Filipino.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about the foundation?
Since 1986, the foundation has had four thrusts. A major thrust has really been to celebrate February itself. the occasion itself. And our founding chairman, Chris Carrion, has always been at the forefront in these major events, working together with government. So that's one big chunk of the foundation. We have been working with a group that has been working on values education that has been enshrined in the Constitution, recognizing and honoring heroes. All right, and the heroes of EDSA, Ninoy, Cory, Cardinal Sin, but as well as and also for this year, as well as present day heroes who have shown courage in upholding the ideals of democracy, who have shown integrity, who have shown service and good governance. So those are the people that we also give awards to.
Right. Now, Ramon, what are some of the future plans for the foundation? I mean, it must be challenging to keep that spirit of EDSA alive, especially among the younger generation.
We intend to also go to the Department of Education and CHED and get some modules on what the spirit of EDSA is all about, to inculcate love of country, as the prime mover of the spirit, because when you have love of country, you can achieve anything. And that's what Tagaligtas is all about. That is what drives the unity behind the Filipino to excel in crisis situations.
The stories of some of those special action forces, they were incredible. You would never have known what key roles these people played because they were behind the scenes. Why is it so important that we know about this now?
It's important for certain values to come out, and they live those values. This is one special unit that really grabbed my attention from day one when I met them, because they were not just talking the talk, but they were walking the talk, and they were doing this like it was their second nature, right? Something that wasn't force-fed into them and for them to talk about like robots. They lived it. They understood freedom and democracy. They understood love of country. They understood the value of selflessness, of laying their lives on the line for a higher cause.
It's a change of attitude in the people, and we're getting there, I think, at this point in time, under the current thrust of this administration.
And for as long as we can keep the flames of patriotism alive, we'll be able to keep on pushing the envelope. But in demonstrating your patriotism, there's one very major, critical value that needs to be demonstrated at all times, and that's courage. Courage is an intangible that makes all other intangibles possible.
Thank you so much.
Tagaligtas